I said it's gonna be alright. Alright. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do. I wonder, am I live? Well, let me see if I'm live. I wonder if I'm live. Let's see if I can get a little something going here. What's going on, everybody? Boom, 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 boom. Let me get this Facebook going, share it out a little bit. And in the meantime, I got a little something to entertain y'all. Now I was about 8 when I caught my first case. My mother, she turned her back and bowed her head in disgrace. Yeah, now I didn't do a thing, I was just standing by. Here's a message to you youngsters today, standing by you can die. Wooly, I'm in the house, but today I snuck off. And when I walked down the Long Beach streets, what a lesson they taught. While walking to the corner store, a big mistake was made. My big homie I was walking with decided he needed to get paid. So he loaded up his 32 and walked right in the store. He said, "Dear God, forgive me, please, but I can't be broke no more. Remember, I was just 8. I thought this was a joke." Yeah. What I'm saying, I ain't playing. It was funny till that nigga got smoked. You guess who that could have been quite easily. Now it wasn't, so I'm lucky to be standing right here to see. Let me try to move this. One more day, more. I guess that's cool. That's fine. Yeah. One more day. I'm sharing out the show. If y'all can do the same, hit that like button and we can get it cracking. One more day. I'm hanging around so I can see little Nate have a pocket full of money, just like his daddy. Every day I'm selling big dope, it's all that I know. And I got a baby, so don't ask me what for. One more day, listen to me. I got another story about the penitentiary. See, while I was up in Cavie, I forgot to think. Say, for instance, they catch me, little Nate'll never see. Now remember, I'm selling big dope, but I'm packing my thing. Packing my thing. Police watching, I ain't crazy, so I'm leaving the game. I'm leaving the game. Guess I waited too late, 'cause they just caught me. There we go. Up every morning, I ain't praying for my son's safety. Yeah. One more day, I would like to thank you for watching over my DO double G's And could you keep an extra eye on Nate Dogg especially? I guess I'll just continue lifting from day to day. And if I live to see tomorrow, thank you for one more day. Yeah, that's what's up. Whoa. Day. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. More day. Almost finished here, people. One more day. More day. Alright, and I'm gonna post it right there. Yeah, buddy. What's going on, good people? Hit you with a little bit of that Nate Dogg. That was Nate Dogg. One more day. Thank you for tuning in to UGOA Live Radio. I am your host, Brian Redmond, and that was one of our jams to start the show. So, what's good, people? I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I'm excited about this show today. I wanted to make sure I did this show because I'm going to do this show and I'm doing a show later on this evening. We're going to do a relationship rehab. Got some great content today. So I hope everybody can stick around for that too. If you don't know, now you know. We in here, we in the place. So, let me go ahead and give some shout outs real quick to everybody who's joined us thus far. Let's see who was first up in here. Who was first? Who get that first person? Teresa gets the first person salute. Thank you. Yes, sir. John Gillian, what's happening? CJ Gunn, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. AP, hey live, I'm live, we live. Want to give a shout out to Alex G. Hey, live, been a minute. It's been a minute. Man, I was just live last week. Player, what you talking about? It's been a minute. And I'm on time. Let the record reflect. I'm on time this time. This might be the first time on this channel I've been on time. So, that's good. Let's see who else. We got John, we got Sassy Francis, what's happening? We got Ronald D, what's up? Oh, you know what? I forgot to share this out over here too on the Facebook joint. Let me do that. Got to do that. That's where it goes down at. But let's see. Then I'll get back to that. Let's go here. I had to go to groups, I think. Yup, because it's not in there. And then we go here. And then we're going to do this. Then we're going to put this guy in here. And then I'm going to change that actually to this. Yeah. Yep, there we go. And let's post that. Definitely got to post it in the Soto Nation. Let me give a shout out to my man Bruce Taylor. What's happening, brother? Let's see. Let's see who else is in here. We got AP. I think that's it. So the few, the proud, the many. That's what's up. So basically I want to jump right in and get it cracking. We got some material to review. I'm going to do a little critiquing about this stuff. And to everybody that's out there in Facebook land, let me check and see who's in my Facebookers out there. What's going on? What's happening to everybody that's out there in Facebook? Let me see who's actually watching. That's my sister. She said, what song? That's Nate Dogg. That's something you may not never know nothing about. That's that Nate Dogg Murder Was the Case album. And the song is called One More Day. Yes, indeed. Let's see here. While those of you that are watching on YouTube, be sure to click on the links that are up at the top and subscribe. Hit the like button on the show right now. And that would be just fine. That would be awesome if y'all would do that. I would appreciate that. Yes, indeed. With my southern accent. I would really appreciate you guys in doing that. Let me actually put the show on the page too, so they will have that. Yeah, that way y'all will have the show, and y'all will have all the other stuff too, so we can actually make that public. Boom, bam. All right, cool. So, UGOA Live, I am Brian Redmond, and today we are doing a shooting review. This is the Shooter's Review. Maybe I'm going to come up with like a playlist title, like the Shooter's Corner or the Shooter's Review or something. I don't know. But right now, what we are doing and what we're talking about, I got 3 shootings that I wanted to go over and critique real quick. So, and if you can notice that there is a warning that is scrolling. One is for fair use, to let everybody know that the content that I am reviewing by the FBI warning of fair use, which means it's okay if you're talking about some stuff that you done seen on another place, in another video, in another station somewhere. It's all right to do that. So, the other thing that you see is a warning. The following video contains disturbing content and saying it is graphic content and all that kind of stuff. Because it's a shooting, I mean, it's not like you seeing like somebody's brains getting blown out, but it is violent, so I definitely wanted to let everybody know that is watching it just to prepare. So you shouldn't have a little bit. This ain't from daddy to daughter time where you can sit with your baby on your lap and watch, you know, your boy Brian. This ain't that kind of show, okay? Okay, so what we doing now, we're gonna go over these videos, and I got these 3 videos, and I called them the good, the bad, and the ugly. Y'all don't know nothing about that right there, what that sound is. That's what I might call that. That's what I'm going to call the Shooter's Review. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's done. I'm going to make it as soon as we're done here. I'm going to name the playlist The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. On UGOA, Good, Bad, and Ugly. That's what we're going to do. So everybody know what that is. From henceforth, from now on, you shall know that when you see the title, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, it shall be a shooting review. It is a reviewing of a shooting. And we will be critiquing the good, the bad, and the ugly parts about those shootings. I like it. Just like that. Boy, I tell you, would you look at that? That's that Clint Eastwood. Tony Hogan. What's up, boy? Tony Hogan, my man. I appreciate it, man. Long time supporter. Long time supporter. But, yeah, so that's what we're going to call that. So we're going to do that. We're going to dive right in. And I'm essentially going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of these 3 shootings that I saw here. So, get ready to sit down, relax, get your comments going, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the share. The channel is growing. We are now at 167 people, I think so. Yep, 167 subs. Let's keep it cracking. The channel is growing. People are liking it. I'm getting some great feedback. I really love doing this, so it's a lot of fun. So let's do this. So first, let me go over the 3 shootings first. 3 shootings we got is, I don't know if anybody's seen them or not. I know one just recently got released, but I don't know if anybody's seen the other 2. So the first one that we have, we're going to talk about is there's a, well, actually, I could do them in reverse. I think I might do them in reverse. Yeah, so we got a woman with a rifle at a gas station. Ignorant, all right? Ignorant. She just straight shoots this dude at this gas station. We're going to talk about that. The second one that we got is a Wendy shooting, where you can see like the guy, I think it's from Cops or one of them live shows. This dude basically gets shot. And then the third one is going to be the Daniel Shaver shooting. Now that video footage just got released, I believe, early part of last week. And that's about the hotel shooting where the police actually shot the guy that they thought had a gun. He was known to have had a gun in the hotel, and they were like pulling this guy out, him and another lady, I believe. And this dude wound up getting shot. So we're going to go over that. So that's going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. So right now, let's do the good. The first one is the good. And this is just my opinion, of course. And basically what I'm going to be doing is just going over the scenario and just seeing the good points and the bad points about it, and pointing out if, you know, the person did something just flat out stupid, or was just wasn't trained, or just totally unaware of their situation and the surroundings. So let's go ahead and let's look at that first. Let me...
If everything you're about to see in this video proves...
Hold up. Wait. There we go. Here we go. Yep. Alright. So, I know you guys can hear and all that good stuff, right? Yeah. Alrighty.
To that deadly gas station shooting from this weekend, a woman says that she had to open fire on a man who approached her because he was lunging at her with a knife, which made us wonder, does this fall under the stand your ground law? Our Tiffany Craig went to find out, and Tiffany, I guess the short answer is possibly.
Right. Our legal analyst says if everything you're about to see in this video proves to be true, it is very likely. The video is pretty stunning. A woman pulls a rifle from her trunk, points it at a man, and kills him.
I think it's clearly justified.
Legal analyst Gerald Treese looked at the surveillance video and says he doesn't believe the woman will be charged. It all started Sunday evening when Lewis Daniel reportedly made sexual advances to the woman before she reached in her trunk. Even after she pulled out the weapon, he came after her with an umbrella in one hand and a knife in the other.
Well, she just had the gun pointed like down toward the ground, to where she'll let him know, you know what I'm saying, like get back, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he ain't expected like that, you know what I'm saying?
You can see John Thomas in the video at the gas station on Cullen Boulevard.
One more time.
I guess he ain't expected like that, you know what I'm saying? She'll let him know, you know what I'm saying, like get down toward the ground, to where she'll let him know, you know what I'm saying, like get back, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he ain't expected like that, you know what I'm saying?
You can see John Thomas in the video at the gas station on Cullen Boulevard. He witnessed the whole thing.
Just angry, like, you know, he had an expression like he was just mad at the world. Like,
I mean, it's like something happened out of Wild Wild West or something. You go get a gun out your trunk, you come back, and the person standing there, he don't even have a gun.
After the shooting, the woman took out a camera, snapped pictures of the man, and then drove off. She was later detained and taken in for questioning. Treese does not expand and then drove off. She was later
and he don't even have a gun.
After the shooting, the woman took out a camera, snapped pictures of the man, and then drove off. She was later detained and taken in for questioning. But Treese does not expect her to be indicted.
Well, Texas law used to be...
So wait a minute, she shot this nigga, then she went and took a selfie and rolled out like, yeah, just so y'all know. Yeah, hold on right there, player. Clicker, and then she gone. Man, I'm tell you, boy. Hey, it's real out here in the field.
Okay, you've hit me now. I've got to try to escape before I use deadly force. That's not Texas law anymore. She can use deadly force if she reasonably believed deadly force was going to be used against her.
So the case has now been given to the DA's office for a grand jury to decide.
So here's my thing. First of all, I'm going to be the first to say that was a damn good shoot. You absolutely shoot somebody like that in that situation. Because I'm going to say this and hear me clearly. You're talking about a woman who's at a gas station. This is a woman or a man. It don't matter. The fact that she was a woman, it don't matter. My man has a knife and an umbrella. She has told him, hey man, whatever it is that you own, I ain't with it. Gone somewhere. Leave me alone. Plain and simple. However, my man is insisting upon letting her know what time it is. And the fact that she is in that situation and goes and gets her gun, and my man is still there, still saying what, and I don't care whatever it is he's saying to her. If he was quoting Bible verses, she telling you to get away. But we know that ain't what he was doing, because the man had an umbrella and a knife. Ain't no preachers out here doing that. What? There ain't no preachers doing that. Umbrella and a knife. God said, let there be rain, and give you the umbrella, and then when you get your, they ain't no, you can't help that no kind of way. So the thing is this, he was told to leave her alone at some point, whether she said it nicely or impolitely, whatever the case may be. But for those of you that may say, well, she had a gun and he had a knife, that's unfair. It's not. And I'm going to explain why. For those of you who, I don't know if anybody's ever seen me talk about this before, but there is a thing called the 21-foot rule. What that 21-foot rule is, they tell you this, and this is something I learned when I had my police training, and it was mind-blowing when I found this out, and it is proven to be very true. The 21-foot rule is, if someone is standing 21 feet or less with you, I mean in between, at you, and you have and that person have a knife and you have a gun, 21 feet, that person coming at you with that knife within that 21-foot span, and you trying to pull your gun, even if you are able to pull your gun and get a shot off, that person more than likely is going to put some type of cut or knife wound on you. Anybody, and it doesn't have to be a person with any type or any level of knife skills. The average person that lunges at you with a knife within that 21-foot rule, you should expect some type of cut of some sort. Lethal, non-lethal, whatever the case may be. So when you think about the distance that they were at, they were well within the 21-foot rule. So that dude could have dispatched some type of deadly force upon her instantly. She shouldn't have even explained herself to him. That dude standing there with an umbrella and a knife, he has not one but two weapons that can cause her grave bodily harm. So if it's a man, if it's a woman, if there was two dudes, two women, whatever the case may be, if somebody is standing in that type of proximity with you and they have a deadly weapon, trust and believe you need to make sure that you can protect yourself. And that's one of the reasons that people should be able to conceal carry. Because actually, she was kind of like at a disadvantage to where you saw how she had to create distance to get that rifle up. Because he very easily could have dropped that umbrella, grabbed that rifle barrel, and she would have been in trouble. So you have to take these things into totality when you're looking at that, and when you're talking about like what a person is doing and where a person is and all. That dude talking about, well, he had a knife and she had a gun. That's an unfair advantage. That's bull crap. If I got a knife and you got a gun, both of those things can cause death. They can cause grave bodily harm. Same thing if I had a bat, you got a stick, or you got a chain, whatever the case may be. If it can cause you grave bodily harm, you have the right to defend yourself. And the fact that she forewarned that dude, she was actually being nice. She really was. That dude was just intent on imposing his will for whatever it was. Whether it was just to try to hit on her, try to get some booty, or to just let her know what time it was that he was a pimp named Slickback and don't know women talk to him like that. Whatever it was he's trying to tell her, that was definitely a situation where you use deadly force to get that dude up off you in your space. Now, there are some people that will say, well, she should have tried to get away. Nope, because that dude, she could have turned around and tried to leave, and that dude could have been like, bitch, where you going? Don't you try to run away from me. Wham. Now what? Now you can use deadly force? No. Don't present any type of weapon to somebody if you don't intend to use it. And if you do, then anybody should anticipate that as saying this person is intended on using this weapon that he's presenting to me. Whether I got it in my hand, or I'm holding it behind my back, or I got it behind my ear, whatever the case may be. If you got a weapon like that, you should always assume that somebody has the intent on using it. Because you wouldn't have it, and you damn sure wouldn't show it if you didn't. All that, I just had the knife just to scare. Well, you don't have the right to do that. You should not. That's what happens when you try to scare somebody. You play a stupid game, you win a stupid prize. It's just that simple. So that, in my opinion, was a good shoot. She did a good job. She got that dude up off of. The whole part about taking the picture, I don't get that. I guess she wanted to tell the police or whatever. But she could have went to the police and just went straight to the police station or something like that, or called the police and waited in a car, whatever the case may be. If something like that does happen, hey, you get yourself to a safe area or get yourself in a safe enough distance, then you worry about the police. Get yourself safe first, then you call the police, because the police still have to get there. So you could be on the phone with 911, you can be talking to them, telling them where you're at, telling them what you're doing, where you're going. I'm going to the hospital, I don't feel good, I passed, whatever the case may be. Taking the picture, I don't know if she took a selfie or if she just put them on so she can put them on the gram and say, so let me show y'all what I do to niggas out here in these streets who don't leave me alone, umbrella or not, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, she definitely was a person who's telling the story. And that's what you want to be, that person. You want to be the person telling the story at the end of the day, as opposed to being the person who somebody's telling the story about or collecting the evidence about. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But that was that. So let's move on. That was the good shoot. Now let's move to the bad. I'm gonna keep it in order of the show, I guess. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, let's do it that way. So we'll do the bad, or do y'all want to do the bad, or y'all want to do the ugly? Y'all tell me. You know what? Let's get some audience participation. Do y'all want to do? We just seen the good. So we can either do the bad or we can do the ugly next. Which one y'all want to see? Somebody might be on their way out the door to go to work or something, be like, damn it, I want to see the ugly first. Somebody let me know what y'all want to see. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead because I can actually just pull them both up. Yep, I got them right here and they're ready to go. So, all right, Tony Hogan. My man said Tony Hogan the bad. So that's where we're going. So now we're going to the bad. And bam.
Here, done.
All right, so now, the bad. Let me frame this up first before we see all this go down. So, the bad. And this part, oh wait, did I just get rid of the damn chat? Yes, I did. Lord, I done blew up the wrong one. Let me click that back on there. There we go. All right. Pardon me. That was my faux pas. We can get rid of this, and then we can do this. All right. Damn. Safety alert. Shooting just reported in the air. Wow. Okay. Living in the Ville like that, man. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So, with this particular shooting, this is a shooting at Wendy's. And I believe this is either cops or some live police show. And what's happening is these people are going to a call and they're going to a Wendy's. And at this Wendy's, what's happening is the guys come in trying to see what's going on. I believe it was like maybe a robbery in progress or something. But what happens is all hell literally breaks loose in this particular shooting. I mean, this was just, yeah. Oh, wait, am I on the ugly or the bad? No, this is the bad. Yeah, this was just a bad shooting right here. Yeah. So, this was like, man, I don't know. You just got to see it, and then we can watch it again. Warning again, this is graphic, whatchamacallit, this is some graphic material. You are going to see rounds being dispersed and somebody taking that round. So, let's watch it. See what happens here. Yeah. Boom, bam. There it is again.
Hey, where are they running?
Boom. So this footage is from the August 2014 shooting. Yeah, it is cops. That's what I thought. At an Omaha Wendy's restaurant that killed a robbery suspect and a Cops TV crew member, Bryce Dion.
What? Where are they at? Okay. I got it. Hold on.
Here, done.
Down, fucking down!
Bryce, are you all right?
Go.
All right, cuff him.
Get his hand out. Get his hand. Hand down. Hand down. Just put your hand down now. Hand down.
Bryce, show your hands. Bryce, stay with me, man. Stay with me. Stay.
So, the bad thing about this is, number one, no matter how many times you see these type of shootings, and what we're doing and what I'm doing right now is I'm doing what you call Monday morning. He said blanks. No, they weren't blanks. You talking about just the overall Monday morning quarterback, essentially. And that's just basically the person who wasn't actually in it. We're going back through and we're critiquing it. And that's essentially what's happening. But there are some things that you should know, and there should be certain rules that everyone who is actually going out should be aware of. And number one, first and foremost, is as far as going into something like a store like that or a restaurant like that, when you look at it, and we can go over it again, one of the first things that you want to do is you want to secure your entrances. So with that Wendy's, there's probably maybe 2 to 3 entrances on that building. You probably usually have like one on both sides, because Wendy's aren't nothing but rectangles. So you usually have an entrance on this side, an entrance on that side. And then you have like an employee entrance that's in the back. So once you arrive to that place and you see what's going down, unless you like hear gunshots, you don't just run right in. So you get out and you actually want to say, hey, let's get a guy on every door, right? That way, if somebody is trying to escape, you have that person surrounded. You have that person to where that person can't just get out. All right. That's first one. Number one. So I believe in this situation, the guys went in too hot and too fast because you don't know what is going on. You don't know who got what, and you don't have all of the information. And then there are people that say, well, you'll never have all the information. Right. Which is why you proceed using a tactical mind frame, and you look mindset, a tactical mindset, and you actually go in step by step. You have a plan as opposed to just we gone. You only do that or go dynamic, as I would say. You only just go in when you actually hear gunshots. You hear somebody just shooting. You don't have time to figure nothing out. You don't have to get a plan of attack together. You don't have time for that. You just go right in. They didn't hear shots when they first got there. So you get a guy, say, hey, let's get a guy on each exit. First thing, I need a guy on the other side. I need a guy in the back. So there's at least 3 or 4 cops there. Then once you do that and you actually are going to proceed in, that person that goes in, you got a cameraman with you. That cameraman should be the person to get the furthest away from what's going on, and all he's doing is shooting his camera. Now, is there a risk with doing this, with this being a cameraman on cops? Absolutely. Is your life in danger? It sure is. And that's what you signed up for, essentially. But you want to be as safe as you possibly can. And going into that door, the first thing that dude should have done, as far as that first cameraman, he should have went where there wasn't any people. And you will see him do that a little too late, but it was soon enough because he didn't get shot. So the other question then is, why do you need that second cameraman in right there in the moment? You don't. Because all he is another person in the way who is not trained as a police officer. So until you get that situation under control, and I get the whole media aspect of it, the entertainment piece, where you want to have your people there, you want to record this footage, but you don't send in 8 camera crews, 8 cameramen to go and film this, and you don't even know what's happening. So you take that one guy and you say, hey man, you the guy, he gets over into the corner and he's filming everything else, cool. That second guy should have been outside by a car, filming with his camera the same exact way as much as he could outside the car. You just got to trust that cameraman that's on the inside that he's getting it. Once everything starts going left and you hear those shots, everybody should be down and out of the way. Because what happened was, this guy, because he didn't expect this, the cameraman didn't expect it, and all he was doing was shooting. He was shooting them shooting, essentially. So just watch it. Once they get there, he's just going to be shooting them shooting, and doesn't realize that in a shootout, let me say this, in a shootout, a gunfight is always dynamic. You never know which way it's going to go. You never know who's going to do what. You don't know if you're going to get off 1 shot or if you're going to get off 40. At the end of the day, you never, ever know. So you have to always try to be as safe as possible using cover and concealment. It's that simple. And this is where he didn't do either and was just filming. And as the gunfight came towards him, didn't realize it and did not know what to do. Watch.
What? Where are they at? Okay. I got it. Hold on.
Here, go.
Now you see this guy go in, he sees shit's going down. Now, you see once he came in, he was trying to get the goods. He trying to get, get into the action. You don't know what's happening, so why be right, or like John just said, he was right up that cop's ass. You shouldn't have been, because you don't know what's happening. Now, if you just say, hey, I see what's going on now, I know everything is cool, we good, then yeah, you can be right there. But you, man, nuts to butt on this dude, and you don't know what's going to happen. And once he started shooting, all you could do was bag up. And you said the other guy was the mic guy, the mic boom guy. Man, damn the sound in that situation because he couldn't be right behind him. Now, if that sound guy was right behind the mic guy and they like came right in, that's one thing. But he didn't have a chance to. Should have got out of the way. But it happened too fast. So what happened there is that you can see during that gunfight, the guy who, or the perpetrator, he is actually trying to get out and get away. Because he sees like, shit, I'm trapped. So he's trying to get out of there. He's trying to literally shoot his way out. Top of the world, ma. I'm trying to get out. And that's what happened. Excuse me. Because of that, the mic guy or the sound guy gets in the way. And then this is where the bad is. One of the rules of gun safety is know your target and where it is and what's beyond it. And because this police officer is in a shootout with this guy, he doesn't realize that, man, this dude is literally running by somebody because he's in a goddamn shootout. And what happens is this guy literally gets caught in the crossfire. And now they all have on vests. But this particular bullet, I believe, from what I read in the story, it penetrated him on his side. And it got him on his side, so he didn't have protection on his side. And that's why that's where the bullet got in at. And he unfortunately lost his life. So it's like there is such a risk to doing this because you never know what's going to happen. But within that risk too, it's like there has to be some type of safety things that these guys need to go through to know how to enter into a room or a building. Because this same situation could have happened in a house. It could have happened in a store. It could have happened in an office. And it happened in a restaurant, actually. But there are things that these people were just so unaware of that you don't realize that. They don't understand the whole fatal funnel thing. Doorways are fatal funnels. People don't realize that. You never, ever, but if you haven't had tactical training, you don't know that. You never stand in a doorway because a doorway is a fatal funnel. All people or bullets, whatever, in that door, you can't get around it. So that's where he was. He's right there. And that's where everything, unfortunately, came to a head because that dude is trying to get out of them doors. And let's go. There's the crossfire.
Oh, guys.
Are you alright? Are you alright? Bryce, are you alright? Bryce, are you alright? Go. Alright, cuff him, cuff him. Get his hand up. Get his hand. Hand down.
So you see that there are other officers outside, and you see that they have those guys out there that they obviously got this guy, but he died too, eventually. But the thing is that before those guys got there, that guy was already inside. Had you secured that perimeter and taken a more tactical approach as far as entering that building, which is basically getting cover, being in cover, up against the brick wall, whatever you want to do, and actually looking to see where the fucking bad guy is. If you do that first, now you can identify, and if you would have identified that, you'd be like, hey, hold on, guys, this guy's back here behind where the cooks and stuff are, and I don't know what he's going to do. So let us go in first because we're the trained professionals and we have guns. That's how this thing should have been approached. But in the mindset of trying to be entertaining, because it's a show, you want to keep it hot and you want to keep it fiery and you want to do all of this and you want it to be intense. You just got two guys that are going in hot and fast, and then this is what happened. It totally went left. It's like that you know, you have to always, and just being a police officer, being a person that is that carries a firearm, being that person that has the ability or has the authority or the power to take a life, you got to realize that one thing: when you're in these situations, you never know how they're going to work out. So you have to just basically rely on your training. And the more that you are prepared, the more that you are able to think in a situation, the better the outcome would be. Because at the end of the day, this was essentially a direct example of Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong. And that's exactly what went wrong. Everything went shit left because you had one guy who decided he was going to shoot his way out. And that guy could have had warrants. That guy could have been on his second strike, whatever the case may be. He had the idea to say, I'm going to shoot my way out. And once that happened, everything went left. But that's exactly how it goes. So it's like you have to realize that you want to be in a situation to where you can plan for that. And one of the things that we were always taught as officers is to say, hey, always have a plan. Whether it's the right thing to do or it's the wrong thing to do, have a plan. Because if you have a plan, then you can say, well, this is what happens next. This is what I'm going to do next. This is what I'm going to do. If he does that, I'm going to do this. And when you got up there to just simply say, let me get a scope of the area. Let me do some recon first before I go into this goddamn building and see what's happening. Let me see what I can see first. Wendy's has an all front of Wendy's is basically glass. If that dude would have went inside and stood in that little doorway before he like got into the fatal funnel, he could have stayed there and saw what was going on, been like, oh shit, dude is behind here. All right, I don't have any cover here. So let me try to see what we can do with the guys outside, because we got him. He's in the building, and I got guys on all my entrances, all my exits and entrances. So, hey, we got him. We just need to get him out safely. As opposed to, I'm going to run in and get on the ground, goddamn it, you get on the ground. Dude was like, nope, not me, not today. Bang, 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 bang. And he died, and somebody else died. So, you have to keep that in mind. And even to those officers, it's like those officers should have had the wherewithal to say, well, hey, it's not just my life on the line, but I get other people that are with me that aren't police officers and they aren't trained and they're rolling with me. Let me consider that as well. Because if I'm considering my life and I'm considering the people that's with me lives, then, hey, even the bad guy could have made it out alive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to take that approach to see what's going on, because you never know what could happen. Now, could they have waited, took some cover, saw what was happening, and that dude still shot up the place and went out in a blaze of glory? Absolutely, that could have happened. Damn sure could have happened. But this way, there was an opportunity for him to be able to assess the situation, see what's the best plan of attack, and then proceed, as opposed to just running in gung-ho. Because what gung-ho does, running in kamikaze style, you see what happens. And it's amazing that nobody else really got shot. Nobody else got shot. Just those two people. Because you got a lot of guns and a lot of bullets flying in that place. So,
Hands Bryce, show your hands. Bryce, stay with me, man. Stay with me. Stay.
Yeah. And that was bad, man. That was definitely bad. Now, last but definitely not least, shout out to my man Jason Guns. What's happening, brother? Shout out to, hey, what's going on, Rochelle? Last but not least, here we go. This is the Daniel Shaver shooting. And this was a doozy. I have never, and I'm going to tell you right now, this was ugly because it was one of those situations where there was absolutely an opportunity for everybody to live in this situation. But when you have an untrained police officer or a asshole police officer, whatever you want to call this guy, he did a piss poor job of trying to get this guy into custody. There was so many opportunities that this guy could have gotten this thing resolved very safely, very easily, and it seemed as though he was just so caught up in the power, in the authority, and the position that he was in, holding his AR-15 like he was the baddest MF ever to walk the face of the earth, that he took it too far, and there's a dude who lost his life because of it. This was so ugly, and it didn't have to be. I think that is the worst part. Now, are there people who have guns, who are in dangerous situations, and they have no choice? Absolutely. Happens all the time. But this situation here was totally unnecessary, and it could have been avoided. And this also proves that it ain't just black people that's getting shot by cops. We just the ones that be on the news shouting and screaming and marching and banging pans and pots and stuff when stuff like this happens. But it's not just black folks that's getting shot by police officers that don't know what the hell they doing. Let's watch this.
Stop right there! Stop! Stop! Get on the ground, both of you! Lay down on the ground! Lay down on the ground! Who else is in the room? Nobody. Nobody else is in the room? Nobody. Positive? Nobody. Absolutely positive. Okay. Since apparently we have a failure for you to comprehend simple instructions, I'm going to go over some of them again, okay? Can you both hear and understand me?
Yes.
All right. If you make a mistake, another mistake, there is a very severe possibility you're both going to get shot. Do you understand that? Yes.
I do.
Yes. All right. What the? This is, shut up. I'm not here to be tactful and diplomatic with you.
Now I got to stop right there. Now this is the first 45 seconds. And what you have had to happen, two people who are definitely expected, or have, I think it's been reported that they have not just a gun, but they have a rifle, right? They have an AR-15 or whatever, or they got guns, plain and simple. Two people turn the corner to where you and your partner are at. You have your AR-15, and the only thing that you can see are fucking hands. You see them as immediately hands go up, hands are out, and they get on the ground like you told them to. Now, we were taught when I was in the academy, what hurts you are hands. That's why the police always say, let me see your hands. That's why the police always want to see your hands. Show me your hands, give me your hands, show me your hands, give me your hands. Why? Because hands are what hurt you. What I'm saying out my mouth, what I'm doing with my feet, what I'm doing with my legs, I could be belly rolling, I could be getting my shabba rank shabba. It's hands that hurt you and nothing else. Because hands are what are put on you. Hands are what grabs tools to harm you. That's what hurts you. When you are looking for somebody, if you're trying to see if they're going to do something to you, what you want to watch are their hands. Hands will fuck you up. Guaranteed. So that's why you always want to see them. You think somebody's acting a little shady, looking a little crazy. They're like, I don't know, man, this person don't seem right. Watch their hands, all right? Keep your eyes on their hands, because when hands go behind backs, when hands go in pockets, when hands go in places that they normally don't usually be, that's when they can hurt you. And that's when things are the most dangerous. Guy got his hands in his pocket, I could give a rat's ass what he got in them. I want to see him. And if he don't show them to me, I'm going to expect that he has the worst. So these people, however, turn the corner and instantly hands up. And he tell them to get down, they get down. They don't say, well, what you want, officer? Why is you got your gun pointed at me, officer? They ain't saying shit. They're doing nothing but complying. Let's watch it again.
Who else is in the room? Stop right there! Stop! Stop! Get on the ground, both of you! Lay down on the ground!
Boom. They went right to the ground. Hands are up already. What's the problem?
Lay down on the ground! Who else is in the room? Nobody. Nobody else is in the room? Nobody. Positive? Nobody. Absolutely positive. Okay. Since apparently we have a failure for you to comprehend simple.
So, now, let me back this up, because we ain't see all of the footage. This is just the interaction. Let's say beforehand, the police were having problems to communicate, like he's saying. We've had a failure to communicate, problem with communication here. Let's just say that happens. As a trained professional police officer, you need to realize where the situation is now. Not what happened 30 minutes ago, not what happened 2 hours ago. The fact that you got the two fuckers that you looking for, hands up and on the ground, now it is time to say, let me give some clear instructions so I can get these cuffs on these guys. I want them in custody. Plain and simple. That's my goal. That's what you should be thinking. As opposed to now, since you done pissed me off because we done had all this discourse or whatever the case may be, now I got to be the tough guy to show you what fucking time it is, and I got to put my shit down so you can understand where I'm coming from. That's what you about to hear. A bunch of arrogance.
Go over some of them again, okay? Can you both hear and understand me?
Yes.
All right. If you
Compliance.
make a mistake, another mistake, there's a very severe possibility you're both going to get shot. Do you understand that? Yes.
Now, even though that was a statement that he made to, I guess, let them know how serious the situation was. And despite the fact that he sounded like a clear asshole in saying it, I've said something like that before as well. So it's okay if you're saying that, if you are going to now go into taking into the process of taking them into custody, as opposed to what he's about to do is talk shit, essentially. You got these two people on the ground who are supposed to be threats. You got an AR-15 on them, and you're sitting here now getting ready to semi-lecture and talk shit, as opposed to getting them into custody.
Yeah, all right. What? This is, you make a mistake, another mistake, there's a very severe possibility you're both going to get shot. Do you understand that?
Yes. I do.
Yeah, all right. What? This is, shut up. I'm not here to be tactful and diplomatic with you.
Actually, asshole, you are there to be tactical. You don't have to be diplomatic, but you should be the most tactical person in that building. Your whole plan, everything that you're doing should be coming from a tactical nature, because you are trying to eliminate the problem, not neutralizing the person. That's only if you have to, if you're left no choice. Now, mind you, this is about a good 45 seconds of these two people laying on the floor, hands completely visible, and there is no movement whatsoever. And they are literally complying with every statement you're making.
You listen, you obey. For one thing, did I tell you to move, young man? Did I tell you to put both your hands...
Now, do you see where his hands were? So his hands are right here, because he's laying on the floor while this dude is basically pontificating in a situation where lives are at stake, supposedly, and he should be trying to apprehend his assailants. But the guy's like this, head down, and then he says something, and he puts his hands back out front. Hands are still visible, mind you. Like this, then they go like that. And watch what he does.
Put both your hands... Did I tell you to... For one thing, did I tell you to move, young man? Did I tell you to put both your hands on the top of your head and interlace your fingers? Take your feet and cross your left foot over your right foot. Who else is in the room? Nobody. Are you both drunk? No.
What the fuck does that have to do with the situation? What does that have to do with the situation? Are you both drunk? Why do you even care, dude? Your job should be, at this point, I want to get these two people in cuffs. That's what you need to be wanting to do. Not asking them what their level of sobriety may be at the moment. Are you serious? Because they are complying with exactly what it is that you are asking them to do.
You're not going to have any problems understanding anything that I tell you, right?
Correct.
All right.
Can I go to my room?
No, you're not going to do anything but come towards us.
And this is where he fucked up. This is where because he was not well trained, because he didn't know what he was doing, because he was so drunk off of the power and authority and the position that he in, because he got his two bad guys laying on the floor doing exactly what they're saying. This is where he had his problem at. You got your boy, your man with you, AR-15 in hand, and got your two people in sight. What you do is you say, one of us is going to go and cuff one. Keep the sights on the other, whatever the case may be. I'm going to go put cuffs on these guys, as opposed to I'm going to have you come towards me and then I'm going to give you more directions, which I'm already thinking you probably ain't going to follow. How many times are people or citizens put in this situation? How many times are you in a situation where you're laying flat down, face down, in a hallway with an AR-15 and probably another handgun or maybe two AR-15s pointed at your ass, and you going to follow directions to the T? If the normal person, your average person was in this situation, they are scared shitless, because you've already told me if I fuck up, you're going to shoot me. So I'm already nervous. I'm not going to be able to follow directions clear and concise and to the T because I'm scared for my fucking life. And yes, I caused this situation, but you are the professional. You are the person who's supposed to say, let me handle this because I know what I'm doing and I'm going to get these guys in cuffs. And you could have either cuffed them yourself or you simply go to your radio and say, yeah, I need 2 guys to come here. I'm going to have somebody go ahead and move in and go ahead and cuff these guys. That way you got both of them in your sights. You've already told them if you move, I'm going to fucking shoot you. You've already told them that. Got both of your guys in your sights and you can clearly get them apprehended. They were already scared. They're not talking crazy. They're not talking shit. They're not showing any signs of them resisting what it is that you're asking them to do. Why not just have some guys come and cuff them? But this is what happens when you have Deputy Badass running the show.
Young man, you are not to move. You're to put your eyes down and look down at the carpet.
Now, he just told them, I'm going to have you come to me. And then your next command is, young man, you're not going to move. How confusing is that? How confusing is that? That is bad policing right there.
You're to keep your fingers interlaced behind your head. You're to keep your feet crossed. If you move, we're going to consider that a threat. And we are going to deal with it, and you may not survive it. Do you understand me? Yes, sir.
Again, he is threatened to shoot him. He has already threatened on 2 occasions that he's going to kill him if he fucks this up, essentially. Your average person who has not had any type of law enforcement or tactical training, all they're hearing is, I'm going to shoot you if you do this shit wrong. And the fact that this guy is steady saying this, it's almost as if it's his intent. It's like he wants him to fuck up so that he can shoot him and then say, see, I told you I was going to shoot you. Now I hope you survive this 2-2-3 round.
Young lady, shut up and listen. Right? You are to keep your feet crossed. Take both of your hands, put them flat in front of you. You are to push yourself up to a kneeling position. Kneeling position.
Why? You got my man here. If you look, my man is out of the picture. He's done. He's good. All right? He's laying there, fingers interlocked behind his head like you told him, feet crossed like you told him, and he ain't fucking moved. You have the lady in the same position. Why wouldn't you move in and put the cuff? You could have moved in, put your knee on her fucking back, put your forearm in her neck, and you could have slapped cuffs on her quick as hell. Why would you go through all of these commands when you're just giving them, you're creating opportunities for them to fuck up? That's essentially what you're doing. When you could have just easily taken her into custody.
Put both your hands in the air. Okay, crawl towards us. Okay. Stop. Okay. Cuff, grab and pull.
No, Rich, pull them.
Pull,
This
Rich,
way.
pull.
Now, what they should have done, because now you can hear that there's clearly more than one person there. If you think that this dude is a fucking threat and he might get up and do some John Wick shit and kick both y'all ass and take this gun, then what you should have done is, number one, my man should have kept his distance. You don't need to close in with an AR-15 rifle. You don't need to close in on him with that AR-15 rifle. He should have maintained his distance, and he should have let those 2 officers literally drag her ass clean out of view, around the corner, wherever you're going to take her and then cuff her if you think that there's an issue. That's what he should have did. If you thought that this was such a pressing issue and she was just the worst criminals ever, that you're apprehending, these people get rap sheets as long as the Mississippi River, then that's what you should have done. You should have dragged her 20, 30 feet down the road, down the hallway, boom, 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 slap cuffs on her. She's done. She's done. She's out of the picture. And now you got 3 officers now who can take this guy into custody. But let's watch. Deputy Badass at his best.
We know when you're clear. Clear? No, you're not clear. You haven't pressed her yet. done with that, lay her flat. Okay, I need one more cuff rope. Okay. This is the deal. We're going to do almost like we did before. Okay? Okay, young man, listen.
Boom. So now, she is in custody. She's good. So now it's 3 of y'all. Count them. 1, 2, 3. 3 guys and an AR. At least. It's at least an AR and 2 handguns right now on this guy. This is what he's up against. Tell me what the problem is. And you can see we're 3 minutes in. This dude was down and on his face within the first 30 seconds. So it's been over 2.5 minutes of this dude not moving at all. Not moving at all. And he's laying there. And let's see what happens.
Listen to my instructions and do not make a mistake. You are to keep your legs crossed. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
You are to put both of your hands palm down straight out in front of you. Push yourself up to a kneeling position. I said keep your legs crossed!
How the fuck can you expect somebody to do that? Can it be done? Yes. But his legs becoming uncrossed in no shape, form, or fashion poses a threat to 3 officers with handguns and AR-15s in the hallway. It doesn't. And there's nothing you can say to justify that. The fact that this dude literally escalated the situation because he saw that this guy, who was definitely trying his best to listen to his commands, pushed up and his legs became uncrossed. Why? You want to know why? Because he just saw what you had her do, so he's going to try to do the same goddamn thing so he won't get shot. So he's already anticipating the crawl because he's nervous as shit. He's scared. And the fact that you just raised your voice and escalated the situation, you've made it even more confusing for him. So, let's watch. Now, did you hear that?
I didn't say there's a conversation.
Did you hear that? So the guy fucked up because he hears the deputy badass go the fuck off. He puts his feet back down and says, I'm sorry. That lets you know this dude ain't trying to do shit to you, man. Why are you escalating the situation and making this into something that it's not? Now, if that dude is there talking shit, talking crazy, I said, what you got me here for? This ain't you violating my rights. This ain't what you supposed to. I ain't done nothing. I ain't done nothing. Then you can think, yeah, maybe this asshole might be trying to pull it. This guy hasn't said anything. And he's been on this ground now for over 3 minutes. And hasn't fucking moved. And you couldn't move in and just put the cuffs on him with that distance? Come on, man.
Push yourself up to a kneeling position. I said keep your legs crossed! I didn't say there's a conversation. Hands in the air! Hands up in the air!
Boom. Great point, Jason. So you say he put his hands behind his back. Not good. Yes, very true. Absolutely very true. He made a huge mistake. People put their hands behind their backs because you could definitely say, hey man, that dude was trying to shoot him. Point is, he was giving him such fucked up commands, and he knew that the dude was having problems from the very first time that they turned this corner. That's exactly why he should have had him just lay still, stretched out, don't move, don't do a goddamn thing. I'm coming to you, and if you move, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. He could have gave him that, and that dude would not have moved because he laid there for 3 minutes already. That's exactly why you, being the professional, you should have saw in his body language that this guy is scared and he don't know what the fuck he doing. Let me take control as opposed to giving an idiot a bunch of commands that I know he's already fucked up on. I'm going to keep doing it. It's like the dude damn near should have been like, what's pi? What does E equals MC squared mean? You think that dude's going to be able to answer that? If he would have told him to get up and do 10 jumping jacks, the dude probably would have just did some push-ups or something. The point is, the dude was totally trying his best to comply, but because he was scared shitless, dude was giving him too many commands. He should have had him lay there. Don't you fucking move, dude. I'm coming to you. I got my gun on you. This officer got a rifle on you. If you fuck up and do something I don't tell you to do, you're gonna get shot. And I guarantee you that dude wouldn't have moved because he's already done it for 3 minutes. And he apologized when he fucked up the first time.
You do that again, we're shooting you. Do you understand?
Do not shoot me.
Then listen to my instructions.
I'm trying to just do what you
Don't talk! Listen! Hands straight up in the air. Do not put your hands down for any reason. You think you're going to fall, you better fall on your face. Your hands go back in the small of your back or down. We are going to shoot you. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Now you hear him? The guy is scared shitless, man. He's scared shitless, and he's scared now to the point, due to the officer cranking up the level with his voice and his inflection, the dude is he's scared to the point where he's crying. How many fucking mass murderer, badass shooters do you know cry right before they pull out a gun and go shoot somebody or shoot everybody in the room? Who does that? My man is now crying. He is now under true distress. He is distressed to the point to where he's in tears. So the emotional state of this guy, he's out of the fucking box. He's out the game. You can't get him to really do anything of any complex directions. He's going to fuck it up. Because you've threatened to shoot him 4 times and you told him he done fucked up at least 2 or 3 times. So this is what happens. And then watch and see what goes down.
Crawl towards me. Crawl towards me.
Now, you just remember that he told him, don't put your hands down. Keep your hands straight up in the air. Next command, now crawl towards me. Keep your feet locked. Keep your hands up. Don't put them down. And now I want you to crawl towards me. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? And you're telling me if I do any of this wrong, I'm going to get shot. And the very thing you told me to do after you told me to keep my hands up and to keep my legs crossed is to do a motion that requires me to lower my hands and to uncross my feet. I can't express the words of how bad this cop handled this situation. He was stupid, untrained, and was totally out of line. Totally out of line and out of control at this point. Now, people are going to look at this and you're going to say, it looked like he put or he reached for something on his side. It absolutely does. And I guarantee you what I think the dude did, because I looked at this like 6 times, like, why the fuck would he move again? Why the fuck would he put his hands back there? And I'm going to tell you why. And if you take a look, you'll see why I'm going to say what I'm about to say, and it will confirm it. You see how he's laying there? Do you see his ass out? Why does your ass hang out? Your ass hangs out when your pants are coming down. I believe that this dude was trying to pull his pants up as he was crawling. And he got fucking killed because of it. Let's watch that little piece again. That's exactly, because I looked and I couldn't figure it out. I watched this shit so many times, like, why would he do that? And when I saw his ass crack, I said, I bet you that dude was crawling. And because he's crawling, his shorts were coming down, or his pants was coming down. And he was crawling and trying to pull his pants up.
Crawl towards me! Don't go! Stop right there! Stop! Stop!
So, that's exactly why somebody, I can't slow it down anymore, Jason. But if you see it, I can show it to you one more time. I mean, and at the end of the day, what this dude did and the way he did it, he's set up for failure.
Don't go!
So if you think this dude, if I think, and this is my I guess the way to end this piece. If I think that you got a gun, and I think that you may try to kill me, the last thing that I want you to do is to move. I don't want you to move. If I could get you to freeze and lay stretched out and don't move a fucking muscle like he had the dude doing for over 3.5 minutes, That's exactly where I want you. Because I got your partner already out the way. And all I'm dealing with is you, and I got me and 2 of my boys. The advantage is all mine. I can just have you lay there. Don't move. Don't touch anything. Keep your hands where I can see them, man. Your feet can't hurt me. Your knees can't hurt me. Your stomach can't hurt me. The only thing that can hurt me are your hands. And I have them in clear view, and I have them frozen. Don't move, man. I'm going to walk towards you, sir, and I don't want you to move. If you move, you will be shot. Just like the gun line boss at Camp 8. If you move, sir, I will shoot you. If you make any sudden adjustments, I will shoot you. I know you may be scared. I'm scared. I don't give a damn. If you move, I'm going to shoot you and my partner. And you are going to die because we are going to shoot you until you stop moving, sir. Whatever you want to say to this dude. Fact of the matter is, that dude wouldn't have moved for because he didn't move for 3 minutes. He wouldn't have moved. And you could have went in, put your knee on his back, put your forearm on his neck or your hand on his head, smushed it into the fucking ground, and you could have grabbed that first arm. Give me your hand. Put that cuff on that dude. Grab that other hand. Give me your hand. Put that cuff on that other one, and now it's done. He didn't have to move. He didn't have to get on his knees. He didn't have to interlock his fingers. He didn't have to do a damn thing but lay there and let you cuff him. And if you would have told him that, he would have been good. And if you would have told him that, and then he would have moved, you could have shot him and you damn sure would have been justified. But the fact of the matter is, when you have somebody in a situation of authority, on a position of authority, and he don't have very good training, they haven't had enough training, or they're just a plain old cocky asshole deputy badass, people will die. Guarantee it. White, black, Mexican, Asian, whatever. Same thing that happened with Philando Castile. Same exact situation. Police officer thinking somebody got a gun, is told he got a gun, he tell him don't move, then he tell him to hand me your information. Why? If you scared, get out the way. If you scared, go back to your car and call for backup. If you're scared, don't be the police. Because you can't be scared in a job where this is what happens all the time. That's exactly what you're supposed to be trained to be able to do and to handle. There was no way in the world that dude should have lost his life. I'm going to say the same thing with Philando Castile. He is nowhere in hell he should have lost his life, complying with the damn officer who's giving him the wrong instructions. And that's essentially what happened here. It's like you have to realize that these people that are doing these jobs, hell, they just, it's not their intention to kill people. It's not their intention to kill you because they black. It's not their intention to kill you because they white. It's not their intention to kill. It's the fact that they're not trained. And because they haven't been trained well, people die because of it. Because they don't know how to handle an intense situation. Because they probably never had to deal with any type of intense situations. People will die because of it. And though that dude there, he died because he had a badass officer. He had a terrible police officer taking him into custody. And people say, well, he was a bad guy. He was a fucking scumbag. And he was this and he was that. And he should have lost. No. That's the point and that's the purpose of the good guys and the bad guys. When you have that opportunity to take that bad guy and you can take him, you take him. You don't fucking take his life. When you can take that guy into custody and that guy isn't doing anything but trying his best to comply with you, you need to be the better professional and take control of the situation and get that guy cuffed. Plain and simple. And if they'd have done that for those damn near 4 minutes that they were in the hallway talking shit, because he was good at that. Oh, he was good at doing the shit talking. He was good at letting them know you're going to be shot. You do this again. I'm not here to be diplomatic, and I'm not here to be tactical. You sounded like an idiot, but at the end of the day, because you were so caught up in your words so that you can be telling your boys how it went down, so when they watch the footage, they can see how it went down and how much of a badass you were, how cool you were. Somebody died, man, and they didn't have to. And at the end of the day, that's the thing that everybody should be upset about. That's the thing that everybody should be protesting about. Because the expectation for a police officer that goes on the streets to be one of the most well-trained people on the streets, that is absolutely a fair expectation to have. And if you only get 50 hours of training when you should probably have 500, that is not anybody's fault but our government. And that's the people who should be dictating and demanding that. Because at the end of the day, if you probably had an old school veteran cop who been on the force for 20 plus years, he probably would have handled that situation a lot better. If you probably would have had some veteran or seasoned SWAT guys, they probably would have had that guy in the cuffs. Because that intention to shoot somebody, you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about getting your damn gun off if somebody don't do what the hell you say because you young and you a badass and you telling people what time it is because you the police. The job is more than that. The job is, there should be an expectation to be better than that. Are there situations where you got to shoot some people? Like with Stephon Clark? Yes. Cell phone in your hand, running at night. Do you asking for it? I'm not going to try to find out if you got a cell phone in your hand or not. I'm not. Because if you got a gun, I'm a dead guy. Plain and simple. If you choose to do what the guy in Wendy's did, I'm dead. Because I'm trying to wait. Well, I don't know if he got a... Is that a gun or is that a phone? I can't tell. I'm a dead guy. And I don't want to be a dead guy. And I should also be the same officer that don't want you to be dead too. It's just that simple. But at the end of the day, that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I'm going to be coming right back in about maybe an hour and a half. Probably, yeah, about an hour and a half. We'll be coming back doing relationship rehab live. We're going to have some fun with that too. So, man, I want to say thank you to everybody that stopped by. Thanks to everybody that's checking me out. Everybody that's over here in the Facebook land. I don't even know if it's still live over here. It could have been cut off or something. I don't know. But to everybody over here at Facebook, I want to say thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe into the channels. That's all right there with the links and the descriptions and all that good stuff. So do that. And, man, I will see you guys in a little bit. Once again, I am Brian Redmond. This is United Guns of America Live. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. Peace. I'm out. And remember, it's always better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Thank you, guys. It's been real. Been real good. Peace.